Alright, it's been a little while here. It's now late December after the holidays, sort of. And I'm starting on the skid steer. And we're planning on painting it, new tires, turbo, gotta fix the roof up, cut it down, and a couple other little things. There it is. I'll try to put in pictures of when we got it. It was pretty bad. It had a Veco diesel in it, which was blown up and in all parts and pieces. We put a 19, I think it's an 85 4B in it, non-turbo, and I have this little HX25 I'm gonna put in it, and it's tiny, like that's how tiny it is. So that's probably gonna blow up, but I made a little adapter for it. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna get these tires and wheels pulled off. The wheels are gonna get powder coated. The rest of the machine's just gonna be black. We're gonna shave all this extra material off. We got new pins and bushings here. Probably get these cylinders rebuilt, just these two, and I believe that's it. But yeah, good little winter project. The old Massey got a new starter, switched it to 12 volt coil. I'm waiting on a new switch to come in. Cause this one just, this one is like I don't know how many switches it's been through, but it's been a lot. Waiting for a new one of those and the tractor will be ready to go. Got the NV out of Ben's truck, the green OBS Super Duty. The nice Harley, gotta pull the bag off that, get that repainted. And this is waiting for a new carb, and that thing's good enough. So a little weather report. Currently, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's all ice. It's raining and it's like 20 degrees. So everything's just icing up. But that's the December project update as of today. So yeah, get started on that. Okay, so the plan is to take the old straight pipe here. I'm gonna cut it somewhere here and adapt it to this guy here so the turbo can sit on top, and it'll essentially be, you can see that, essentially be right there. So the turbo will be here-ish, backwards from a normal thing, but that's the plan. Alright, here's the crazy adapter here. It went good until here. Got a little hot, but the rest of it looks really good. So Yeah, I'm gonna let this dry off, paint it up, some high heat. It's just gonna melt off anyways, and then I'll get it put on and go from there. Alright, little skid steer update. Wheels are off. Those were full of fix-a-flat, so I dismounted the tires yesterday. Spent probably an hour wire wheeling all the fix-a-flat off the rims, dropped them off to get powder coated. The whole thing's gonna be black except for the engine, but I got the roof off, cut some brackets off. I got some more cutting to do, but roof's off. Gonna cut it here all the way along the side, clean all this crap up and weld it on here. That's the plan. Got the little baby turbo on here. Well, just the exhaust housing side. I need a fitting for the oil feed. I have everything else, but that's the update as of right now. So try the old TikTok Chinese welder or Chinese plasma cutter and see how it goes. Whatever. All right, after a ridiculous amount of grinding, we're ready to roll here. It's looking good. I gotta pull this out, but my father-in-law just got me a new porta power for Christmas, so I might try that out. But I'm super pumped about how it fits. And my little Chinese plasma cutter worked really good, so I'm gonna tack it on in a few spots where it's level and then push it out. But honestly, I'm pumped about that. Looks like perfect. So gonna get the old Harbor Freight, which that welder is awesome. I wouldn't buy it if you want a TIG weld because it's scratch start and I couldn't get the hang of it. So if it had a pedal, you know, for the TIG, I would love it. But as a MIG welder, awesome, great buy. The TIG welder sucks. So I'm gonna give her a try here. Whew. Okay, calling it a night here. Everybody says this, but I'm not a welder. I'm not a professional welder, but I got it tacked on. It's level and tacked on. My welds are not professional welds by any means, but it's on. It ain't going nowhere, and they don't look that terrible. So I'm gonna quit for the night. I gotta get the cab pushed out some more right there, a couple spots, and then I can fully weld it. But pretty pumped. Excited to have the wheels back. After the roof's done, I'm gonna start working on the cylinders, and this is farmered up, and that's, you can't see it, but that's all farmered up, and well, so gonna get new pins and bushings for all four of those. I think I already said that, but get these cylinders rebuilt and place this handle. I think Bob's gonna be your uncle, but yep, making some progress. Turbo is temporarily mounted up. I had this dash 4 run down to the oil filter housing. I got a temporary drain. This is all temporary just to make sure it's gonna work correctly, but that's all rigged up. I'm gonna fire it up here. I got the drain coming out and down to this bucket until you see that? Until I can get the right hose for the turbo drain. And yeah, this is where we're at still. Bob's your uncle here. I cut out this spot for the pin. I'm gonna clean all this mess up and weld it back in nicely after we get new bushings and get everything tight again. But yep, that's where we're at. So okay, so Ben came over today and we sanded down the entire skid steer. We D8'd it 120 and I wire reeled all the really rusty stuff. Got the cab tilted up. You know, got some stuff disassembled and you know, that stuff. But yeah, that's where we're at here. Hoping to shoot some primer tomorrow. I got this guy tacked in where I want it, which pin goes right in now in the correct spot. So I'm gonna buzz that in on both sides, clean up some spots on the outsides of the pins, and then wire wheel this so it can be painted at the same time. But that's where we're at. So probably this time tomorrow it should be all gray primer or red oxide primer. So that's the update. nice hair day. Little skid steer update. First coat's on. Gonna scuff it, put on another coat. Got the new handle on here. That's ready for another coat. Lug nuts need another coat. What else did we do? I got new pins. I got all the lights installed in this back panel. Some running lights and a nice reverse light. Had to trim a little bit to make everything fit, but that's all together. Got a fancy new stainless exhaust tip guy. This one was fine, but it could have used a coat of paint. But, yeah. So, yeah, another coat of black, and then clear, and Bob's your uncle. Okay, I'm tempted to put this cab down by myself. I wouldn't recommend it, but give it a try here. Believe it or not, this thing is extremely heavy and it only has one good cylinder on it. Easy as that? Easy as that. How's it looking? Whew. So we got a lot done here. A little recap, if you will. It's got a coat of primer, 2 coats of clear, 2 coats of color, and 2 coats of primer or clear. What the fuck?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
It's got a coat of primer, 2 coats of color, 2 coats of clear. I don't know why that was so hard to say. It's looking good. I got this light deal on. These will be on all the time. This is reverse light only. Little chrome stack dealy. I got some sound deadening in the cab. Probably gonna put another layer on and something to cover this. Still gonna wire up all the lights. You know, finish up some odds and ends here. And yeah, clean up all this wiring. It's got to be ran up and back. And then the hard part, getting this down, pulling those cylinders off. You got a guy, he's gonna take the new pins and match them up so the holes are nice and round. Then this thing should be like no slop at all. Still waiting on the wheels. Tires are outside. I think everybody saw those. They're brand new, nothing special, but back at it for more here. We're rounding out the skid steer project. It's finally completely painted. Not completely, that's a lie. I just finished putting the second coat on the front end here, and it looks awesome, but that needs 7 days to dry, and then it needs scuffed and cleared. That's why that's shiny and this isn't. But yeah, the last coat of color is done, so that's close. Still waiting on the wheels to get done. I drained the coolant, pulled the tensioner off because it was making some noise. The alternator wasn't charging very well, and there was a motor mount bolt that we put in that fell out. So I pulled out the other 2 mounts, the front mounts, and Loctited them, put them back in. Yeah, gonna have this checked out. We got a local place that rebuilds alternators. Just have them check this out. It's probably no good, but and the radiator has a leak somewhere. Unfortunately, the place we used to have in town closed down a while ago, so I think there's a place further down the road I can go to get it rebuilt. So that's where we're at. I cut a headliner out of a Super Duty. You see that? More trimming, and you know, it's just piddly little bullshit, you know. To get that in there, I got the lights for it. Not that that matters, but yeah, that's the update. Yeah. What else? Oh, the pins for the bucket. We got new sleeves to put in where it was all egg shaped. He milled them out and made these sleeves, so everything's gonna be nice and tight for that. And yeah, that's it. This is just a little update before it's completely finished. So hoping to get this thing done and start on the Harley next. Get this thing finished. Got a new front end for it, and getting this bag fixed. I got this fixed as I scratched it. So yeah, that's it. I'll update you when I'm putting that on the wheels and pulling it out. So this is it on the skid steer. Finally wrapped it up. Like all my projects at this point, I think I'm just delusional, and they always take way longer than I anticipate. But skid steer's done. It looks super sick, super happy with it. It needs a couple little things like every project, but yeah, it's 90% done. Wheels are powder coated, new tires, all the paint, roof, pins. The lights still need wired in, but yeah, I'm super happy with this thing. Came out great. All the new pins and bushings and everything's super tight in here. You can't even wiggle it anymore. I mean, this wiggles, but the pins have no slop on them whatsoever. Everything's all greased. The bucket's in the garage right now, but yeah, overall super happy. Gotta finish the headliner, but gotta finish these wires too. But other than that, super pumped about the skid steer outcome. Sorry it took so long. I want to just make one video about it because I thought it was going to be a little quicker than it was, but yeah. So here's the bucket. It just needs a coat of paint, so hold on. Anyways, just gonna sand this up, spray it. This is gonna be quick, I promise, but this one's already been repaired. I think I'm gonna fix, there's like a little pinhole over there, but this is just gonna get messed up anyway. So quick paint job on this. Skid steer's gonna get some wiring, and Bob's your uncle. Then we'll go part 2 on the garage. If anybody wants an update on that. And then black truck. Put a 472 on it. I really don't talk about that truck that much, I guess, but I love it. So, yep, that's it. That'll end the skid steer project. Hope you guys liked it. Venmo's in there if you wanna, you know, give me a little treat. But other than that, I'll see you on the next project.